Well, hello everyone. This is Lynn, your love and happiness mastery coach. Starting on week 6, can you believe it? We are finally here. It's been fun. I know you've learned a lot. It's been great to hear about your experiences, and even more so, it's been great to see your success, to see your testimonies and read about your successes. I'm so thrilled that you've been able to have such great progress and such a wonderful experience of this home study course. But then that's what it was for. It's to create, and manifest the life that you desire. So you are almost there. We're going to go through this one last lesson and talk about some things that kind of tie it all together and support you as you move into the next steps. Now, this is Part 6, Module 6, which is entitled Sustaining Your Success, which means in this module we're going to talk about the things that bring all the pieces together and help you hold it in, to have a better concept and understanding of not only the principles beneath the manifestation, your manifestation abilities, but to give you a broader perspective of what comes next so that you can stay on this level and even move up to the next level. Because remember, in the beginning I mentioned going through the 6 weeks, and then once you finish the 6th week, going back to week 1 and doing it again so that you can cement the concepts and beliefs and practices. But more than that, when you go back through it again, it will expand your awareness and understanding. So let's just go ahead and start talking about this, because I'm gonna mention that again as we go through it. But anyway, welcome to week 6 and congratulations. Really, really, really big congratulations, if for nothing else other than you've gone through the whole 6 weeks, and that really is a testament to your commitment to yourself, to your future, and your desire to be more successful. So let's get started. Now, by now you should be really feeling good. And not just some of the time, but most of the time. We are working on a process that is designed at the very crux, the very heart of this whole process is to lift your frequency, your emotional frequencies and your energy, so that you are at the levels of manifestation and being able to do the very best that you can do. So you should be smiling and enjoying the incredible things that are happening in your life right now. There should be some really great manifestations showing up for you. And from now on, your challenge is going to be to keep practicing what you've learned these last 6 weeks, so you can continue to feel good and continue to experience the breakthroughs of abundance and prosperity that you've been creating. All that and much more. We've spent these last 6 weeks raising your energy vibrations to the point where you feel good most of the time, if not all the time. And our goal is really to feel good all the time. We've been doing physical and mental exercises to help you feel good, because that's really what manifestation is all about. Feeling good is the critical component, the single most critical component of creating the life you want and sustaining it. So now that you've mastered the keys to manifestation, in case you didn't quite get it, or maybe you haven't heard me say it, maybe it kind of you missed it, I've just told you what that master key to manifestation is. That master key to manifestation is feeling good. This is all about feeling good. Because whatever you do and however you get there, the whole point of life is to feel good. That was our intention. And when we were created to feel good as possible all of the time. Now, life, as we experience it on this plane of existence, doesn't always turn out that way. Sometimes things happen and we don't feel good. But if you can use the techniques and practices you've been learning and use them consistently, you will be able to control your feelings a lot better. And even when the challenging things happen, and you will find that your responses to them have changed. You're not the same person you were 6 weeks ago. I can tell you that now, and I think you feel the difference. So not only will you respond to things more positively, you will notice it won't take as long for you to bring your emotions back up to the feel-good levels of happiness and joy. And this is the whole point of this system. That's the whole point of this study. It's about manifesting, but more than that, and more importantly, it's about learning how to feel good and to stay at that level of emotional vibrational frequency, so you can bring the stuff in that you want and not the stuff that you don't want. Now, just to briefly reiterate, back at the beginning, I recommended you complete the 6 weeks, the 6 modules, and then repeat them. It's to lock in the information, to stabilize your emotions, and to help this practice, these behavior modifications, to become automatic. So when you go back, and one of the other things is when you go back through the 6 modules, you'll find that there's new information coming out of it. Even though it's the same module, but you're going to discover new information. You've grown, and as you've progressed through each of the models, so has your awareness. So when you go back through them, your new levels of awareness will allow you to receive and assimilate deeper understandings of the information and concepts that you weren't ready to know before. So when you finish this week, do yourself a favor. Keep the energy of learning going by pulling out Module 1 and stepping into a new level, a higher path of growth and self-discovery. I mean, if you stop, you're going to lose your momentum. But if you just keep going, knowing that this is really the critical juncture of setting this practice and these beliefs and this growth in, then this is the best way to get the maximum benefit from the system. And you do want to get the maximum benefit from this system, don't you? Well, yeah, of course you do. I mean, that's what's the point, So now let's do a quick review just so that we can go back through all the steps and kind of bring everything to the present, because we're going to tie everything together, and I want to make sure that we bring all of this information to the forefront of your consciousness. So, week 1, we learned about the law of attraction and how it works. We learned about our emotions, their frequencies, and how to elevate and stabilize them at positive levels. In week 2, we brought your attention to your behavior and your languaging so that you could make modifications so you'd become more conscious of how your actions and words affect what comes into your life. In week 3, we dealt with building self-confidence so we could become more secure, believe in ourselves and our abilities to actually achieve our goals and desires. In week 4, that was all about procrastination. Yeah, my favorite thing. And yours too, because as you know, it's one of the single most difficult patterns and behaviors to overcome. And, you need tools. Really, sometimes you need tools to actually break through that brick wall. So we learned about managing it and overcoming it. You also learned that procrastination was more about fear and insecurity than anything else, and that it could probably show up again and again and again throughout your lifetime. And now you have the tools to manage it. So it's no longer a need to sit there, shivering in fear and wondering, how do I get myself going? Easy. Pull out video 4 and just start tapping on it. Then week 5, we focused on manifesting what you want. In other words, making stuff up. The fun part. To me, it's the most exciting of the 6 modules because it's when we actually start bringing things into form, and it's always fun to have your stuff show up. All the work that you've done suddenly start to show up, getting the things that you want actually coming to pass. Now we're in week 6, and this is where we pull all of these pieces together so that they flow with ease and grace and that you're comfortable with the process. It's important to become comfortable with the process, so it's like second nature, like any other thing that you do without thinking about it. And we don't want it to be just some learned activity, some conscious process that you have to work to do. This has to become something that becomes part of who you are, so that you do it automatically without thinking. Once you get to that level, then you'll find that your manifestation abilities and your happiness and your joy will just be part of who you are. It becomes every day. Okay? So let's dig in. Let's get going with week 6 and talk about actually sustaining your success. Keeping your joy and happiness and your energy up here where, the levels of love and above, which is where things happen. Now, the best way to think about sustaining your success is to simply focus on feeling good. If you can keep your energies and your attention on how you feel and always at the level of feeling good, then you know you're vibrating high, and you don't have to think about how to get there. You just stay in that zone. Just stay in that place of feeling good. And if you notice, this is what happens with most successful people when you see them. They seem to just be smiling and feeling great. They seem to just radiate happiness and joy and satisfaction and delight with life. And that's true. They do. Even some of those who are having problems, they're still at a very, very high vibrational frequency in order to have the success that they want. Everybody goes through changes and life happens, but for the most part, they're just smiling and profiling and enjoying life. Now, you've been very good about following the practices and techniques you've been learning, and you've made really wonderful progress. Had some exquisite breakthroughs and experiences along the way. And that's the whole point of this workshop. It's to learn new things to help you overcome obstacles and accomplish your goals. But because this type of study involves internal changes, the mindsets, the experiences, the habits and behaviors, it's important to recognize the significance of continuing to do the physical and mental practices, because they support and cement those inner changes, allow them to become our new habits. You can't break an old habit without replacing it with something new. That's a nature of a bore is a vacuum. And when you remove one energy or one behavior, you got to put something else in there, or that old energy will find that void and come, trickling back into it. So this is what this constant behavior and the repeat of the modules will help you do. The key to sustaining your success is to make the affirmations, visualizations, and behavior modifications you've been doing a part of your daily routine. Not just something you do when you think about it or need something to happen, but something you do every day. Preferably first thing in the morning, to keep the energy flowing in the direction you want it to go. And even more importantly, to keep your emotions at those levels of feeling good, the levels needed to continue to magnetize your goals and desires and bring them to you. And even though you consciously know the principles, remember, you are surrounded, you are literally immersed in the energy of people and influences from the world around you that will diminish your effectiveness and bring your energy down if you don't constantly reinforce your emotions and your energy levels on a regular basis. It's almost as though you need to create this protective force field of happiness. And in many ways you do, because you're putting this energy into the aura, which we all have auras, and you know that we have these energy fields. So what you're doing is making it so strong and filling it with so much joy and positive vibrational energy that it literally becomes a force field, a protective force field around you. And when it's this powerful, it prevents the negativity from being able to get in, so that even when stuff happens, it's like, the term water off a duck's back. Well, this becomes the waxiness and like what's in the duck's wings. This becomes your force field, so that the negativity flows around you, maybe through you, but doesn't set in you, and you just kind of, it's like, I call it taking the buttons away. You know how people push your buttons, and certain people just seem to have a magic button that's theirs alone, and they can push your button even when you don't think about it. Well, when you get strong in your emotional vibrational levels, and you're really stabilized there, you can take those buttons away. You can literally make it so that the people who irritate you the most can't. You just don't react to them in the same way. They haven't changed. You have. And that's the emotion. That's the important part. You can't change people or circumstances. You can change you and your responses to them. So when you do that, you got it made in the shade, So it's been your intentional study and conscious attention to shifting your beliefs and behaviors that have made the differences in your life so far and the success that you've had over the last few weeks. And it's vitally important to continue to practice the exercises you've been doing and more for the rest of your life. Now, I keep saying that. I know you keep hearing me say that. Do it again. Stay, it's so important. I have to keep repeating it because I want you to get it. I don't want you to be distracted with some thought in your mind and don't get it. You got to do this every day for the rest of your life if you want to maintain it. And, it's like you've got to consider it like brushing your teeth or working out. It becomes part of your daily routine. We call it the energetic health maintenance. It's maintaining your energetic, your emotional health. And if you're to sustain and increase your levels of manifestation power and success, this is what you got to do. So now we're almost done, almost done. I mean, this has been such a great experience to share with you, but we're almost done. But first, I need to take a few minutes to discuss something that we haven't really addressed. And this is a critical component to you understanding not only where you are now, but where you need to go next, what your next steps are, and what's happening around you to help reinforce what's been going on. Now, I want to take a minute to talk about something called the 7 universal laws. They are the foundations of all the practices that we've been going through here. Now, we all know, we've heard about the law of attraction, but that's only one of them. These universal laws I'm about to talk about all work together. They're part of this universal system. They govern our lives and determine our experiences and circumstances and how we interpret and how we experience things that happen in our lives. And then once we're finished with this little short discussion, we're going to do some tapping. The tapping will help to set your new success consciousness energy and firmly get it into your mind. And it's a tool for you to, when you get into those moments of discouragement or despair or whatever, you can tap with success, and you can use this tapping sequence, the sustaining your success tapping sequence we're going to talk about. This is one that you can use when you need to go, when you're about to make a presentation or do something that you want to be successful, that you want to energize and kind of really get it going to give you the best possible outcome. Then you tap for sustaining your success, okay? But first, let's talk about the 7 universal laws. Now, this won't be an in-depth discussion of the laws, because that's a whole nother class which I am teaching. It's called the Master Keys to Happiness, and I invite you to take that workshop. It's an 8-week workshop. We deal with a principle each week, and then we do assimilation, Q&A, and what have you. But like I said, for right now, let's just go through them. I want you to have an overview of what they are so that you will at least be thinking about them consciously when you're working with your manifestation and your success on a daily basis. The overview will give you an understanding of what they are so that you can know and recognize how they impact you every day, how they impact your success and your ability to create the life you desire. Now, like I said, most of us are pretty familiar with the law of attraction, at least superficially, but you don't know as much about the other 6 universal laws, and it's critically important that you learn about them because all 7 laws work together. They should be used as the system they are, just like these 6 classes we've used together. We're in a sequence designed to build and work together to help you get to from point A to point Z or G or whatever. Learning about these 7 laws will help you to use the law of attraction more efficiently and better, and it'll actually work better for you just because you're now going to become aware of the other components of this universal system of laws that govern the entire universe, okay? So now your basic understanding of the law of attraction, let's start with it since it's the most familiar, is that whatever energy you send out brings its vibrational equivalent back to you as an experience or a physical form. Whatever you're feeling is what the universe will respond to, okay? That's one law. Number 2, the law of sufficiency and abundance. Simply stated, this means that the universe provides enough for everyone and everything. It continually creates. There is enough of everything all the time, forever, without ever needing to take anything from anyone else. There is no such thing as lack and limitation. The universe doesn't know anything but create, create, create. And when you become part of the process, it just makes more. What do you want? Oh, we haven't even, and the best part is, if you decide to make up something brand new, which you see a lot of that happening here in the last few decades, it says, cool, I got that. I got the ingredients. You want to bake a different kind of cake? I got the ingredients. Let's just go to the cosmic kitchen and make something up, okay? The 3rd law is the law of deliberate creation. Now, this is where you come in. What this law says is that you are a co-creator with the universe, a co-creator, okay? You choose to step into the energy field of possibility, which is the law. This is the universe, the energy that we live in. We call it the law, and for you religious science practitioners out there, you understand we call it the law. When you speak your word into the law, you do the action, and it brings something to you. You choose to step into this energy field of possibility and intentionally change your vibration by changing your thoughts and feelings and focusing your attention on the goals and things that you desired, that you've decided to create, and the changes that you are physically doing or consciously doing to vibrationally draw the things you want to you. And then you take an active part in the manifestation process by doing something. Basically, you're doing, once you set that intention and you get out there and decide you want to do this, and you raise your vibrational frequency and you start asking for it by affirming and visualizing and creating all this activity, you'll start getting ideas and opportunities, all this unexpected stuff that shows up. That's when your job becomes follow through. Take advantage of the opportunity. Step into the unknown, out of your comfort zone. Try something new. An idea shows up. Follow through with it. That's your doing something. That's your part of the creative process, the deliberate creation, because you become part of the process. Not like sitting at home waiting for Publishers Clearinghouse to show up. Even though if you decide you want to win that, then your part of the process is to make sure that you always submit your paperwork, whatever your application, you always enter the contest, your entry. If that's what you want, you always enter the contest. Now, it may take 30 years for it to happen, but if you don't enter the contest, you can't win. So that's your part. Even if that's your plan, then that's what you need to do. Now, the fourth one is called the law of allowing. It's pretty much what it says. What it means is you allow others and circumstances around you to be what they are or who they are without you needing to control, manipulate, or fix them or it. In other words, this is another part of what I call taking those buttons away. You are doing what you need to do and what you want to do, but you don't need so-and-so to be different in order for you to have what you want. You don't need Mr. or Miss so-and-so to change their lives in order to make you happy. You don't need for somebody else to lose money in order for you to have it. You don't need somebody else's partner in order for you to be in love and have fulfillment, okay? That's the law of allowing. Now, the law of pure potential says that all limits are in your mind. If you believe, you can achieve. And while the universe is infinite possibility and potential, this law must also operate within the structure and framework of the plane of existence that we live in and the current levels of our consciousness. Now, this is where the if you can believe you can achieve comes in. If you can believe you can do something, even when somebody tells you, oh, no, you'll never be successful. Oh, no, you can't do that. But if you believe it, and you're committed to that process, you can achieve it. However, it must be within the realm of possibility and of current consciousness because, all right, you take, for example, you can believe that you can fly. But because of the laws of gravity and the current consciousness that we as a race of human beings live in, you jump off of a building without a parachute or something, you're going to hit the ground. You can't fly because the framework and structure of the physical world that we live in does not support that concept. Now, other things fly. Birds fly, bees fly, bugs fly, even airplanes fly because they've overcome. They have within their consciousness and within their realm of possibility a different mindset. Now, eventually, who's to say there may come a time when humans can fly too? In fact, we're seeing some of that starting to come to being with some of these daredevil sports extremists. The way that they're doing things, they are doing things physically that 20 years ago we would have said were impossible. But some of them, these young daredevils and sports enthusiasts, have formed this idea in their mind. They have this concept, this belief, this understanding of a new principle and awareness. And because they do that, that energy gets sent out. The rest of us can pick it up and people start to emulate what they do. Now we've raised our consciousness to a new level. And by doing that, we've also brought in some new understandings of the principle of pure potentiality. And now things can change. We can do this that we couldn't do before. That's about, that's the law, the potentiality. And that's our awareness of it determines how much of it we can utilize. Now, the next law, the sixth one, is called the law of detachment. And for this is probably the hardest one of all. What this says is that you are not attached to the outcome of whatever you want, need, or desire, that you can't control the timing, you can't control the form, you can't control the channel through which the universe decides your desire will come to you. It also sometimes means that you can't maybe can't have what you asked for exactly when you want it and how you wanted it. It may come in a different way because maybe what you are asking for isn't appropriate for you, either for where you are right now in your consciousness. Like, for instance, maybe you're homeless, or maybe let's just say you're on unemployment. You right now you don't have a job and you don't have money coming in. But you're meditating and praying for and asking for a Rolls Royce and a mansion. Well, you can keep working on that. It's within the realm of possibility, but it may take several years before you do the work, get the ideas, understandings, make the things happen to where that now can come into form. So right now, it seems like the universe is saying no. But you're not attached to the outcome, the timing, or the how, or the when, so that you just keep working on and knowing that it's going to happen. But you keep following the steps and doing what you need to do to make the advancements and improvements in your life so that it's possible. So then somewhere down the line, when everything lines up, and the universe says yes, suddenly you're in that position where you can go to that showroom, buy that Rolls Royce, have that mansion, and there you are. It happens all the time. We have rags to riches stories left and right. So that's what the law of detachment is. You're not attached to the timing, the how, or the why. You just know you keep having faith and believing and doing the work, doing your part so that it can happen. The last law is called the law of polarity, and that's about balance. The universe is basically about one thing or two things: balance and imbalance. You're either in balance and in harmony, or you're out of balance and out of sync, okay? And when you're in balance is when you're feeling good and everything's vibrating and you're feeling that good vibe and things are working. When you're out of sync or out of balance, that's when things, it's like having a water hose. If you connect the water hose to the faucet and it's not on there tight, water squirts everywhere and the trickle comes out of the hose maybe. But if you get it in sync and it's tight and everything lines up, powerful stream of water flows through the hose and you can direct it where you want, so that's basically it. Polarity. The universe is about negative, positive, give, take, cause and effect, reap what you sow. What you emote, what emotions you vibrate out will bring its equivalent back to you, okay? That's the briefing of the 7 laws, universal laws, and now that you know what they are, you probably can recognize and see how they are already working in your life. You just didn't know that there was a name for them. Well, now you do. You already lived the experience of them because they are the universe and the way it was created, and they are always in effect, always working, whether you know it or not. Now you consciously understand what they are, maybe you can start to use them a little more effectively. We have to live, create, and function within the boundaries of these laws every day because they are the system that the universe, that spirit created in order for us to be co-creators within the physical realm, okay? And this way, by using them consciously, you can start to have results come to you that are more of an effect of your deliberate, intentional use of the laws, as opposed to your unconscious reaction to them, which is what normal is around here. On our plane of existence, it's an unconscious reaction to them, to the effects, as opposed to a deliberately intentional use of them to create a desired effect. So, make that discernment. Understand that when things are happening in your life and the effects are unpredictable and not what you want, it's because you're using them unconsciously. But once you learn them and start to deliberately use them, then you get to get what you want, okay? Now, to use the law of attraction to its best potential and to get the results you really want, you must have at least a working understanding of these other 6 laws and how to use them effectively. So now these are the basics, and wasn't intended to be an educational class. So if you can understand and embrace them, at least on a fundamental level, then you'll have more satisfaction and success in your life than you could ever imagine. And that's the whole point. So for now, just know that they exist and that they are in full effect. Make it one of your goals to learn more about them so you can have the best success and results by using them appropriately and correctly. But now let's get back to sustaining your success. If you take nothing else away from this module, make that one thing your awareness of the necessity to faithfully and consistently practice your energy health maintenance so you can keep feeling the good vibes and having the great success. In the future, you may learn new techniques or change some of the ones you've learned here, or even replace them. But whatever you do, it's vitally important that you continue to affirm, visualize, and focus your intention and maintain your feel-good energy. You'll know when you're slacking because you'll see fluctuations in the results of your intentions. Things won't show up as expected, or opportunities may become less frequent, or maybe even fall apart completely. So you may begin to feel anxious and insecure and a little disconnected. And when this happens, just be clear that your dedicated and faithful practice is the solution. It doesn't mean that the practice of these principles doesn't mean that life won't happen. It doesn't mean that things won't go awry and that you won't have challenges, because you will. That's part of the life experience. Without those challenges, we don't learn and grow. But what it does mean is that you'll deal with your life's issues and challenges and events with more confidence. You'll move through them with ease and grace. You'll be more courageous, and you'll have more peace within as you're processing through these events. And when challenges do occur, you won't freak out. Instead, you'll focus on finding solutions and seeing the blessings or lessons within these experiences, and that way you can accelerate their passing so that you can realize the benefits that they're bringing to you. You'll face challenges now with a peaceful awareness that all will be well, regardless as to how things may appear at the moment. Now, this statement is just an example. This statement, the one of facing your challenges with more peaceful awareness, and that all will be well, regardless as to the appearance of things. This statement is an example of the understanding and embracing the laws of allowing and detachment. Those two laws work together, and when you get what they mean and you can embrace the law of allowing and the law of detachment, things will go a lot easier for you. So remember, consistency, persistence, acceptance, and belief. These are the keys to sustaining your success and your happiness. So when you find yourself slacking off, remember, solution is very simple. Just start practicing again. And to really kick things up, to get the energy flowing again, do the work a couple of times a day. The homework that you got in Module 2, I believe it was, do those practices, or whatever practices you're doing. You're visualizing, affirming, and setting your intention. Do them a couple of times a day to get the energy going. And then before long, you'll be back in the flow and feeling good, and stuff will be popping out for you. These modules are yours to use whenever you need them. If you find yourself needing a boost of self-confidence, a little help overcoming procrastination, a little kick in the assets, or if you're backsliding on your behaviors and languaging, just pull out the appropriate video and tap. You don't have to watch the whole video if you don't want to, unless you need some refreshing or reinforcing of what you've learned of the fundamentals. But all you have to do is fast forward to the tapping sequence and tap your way back to powerful creating and feeling good. Remember, it's all about feeling good. So now, can you believe it? We're at the end, and we're about to go into our tapping sequence. So, it's been great. I really have enjoyed this 6 weeks spending this time with you. And as we move through this last tapping sequence, just remember, it's not the end of your experiencing. In fact, it's just the beginning. And again, I highly recommend that you go back through the whole 6 weeks and that you learn more about the universal laws, what they are, and how they work together, so that you can kick everything up a notch and get even more powerful in your life and in your ability to create what you want. Now, I invite you, I'm going to send an invitation out to you right now, because this is like moving from this level to the next level. I invite you to continue to partner with me and explore these laws together, either in a workshop or in personal mentoring sessions. The workshop, there's a new workshop I'm doing. It's 8 parts. It's called The Master Keys to Happiness, where we go into more detail about these 7 universal laws, because to be happy, you don't want to, manifesting is just one facet. To be happy, you need to understand all the laws and use them effectively, because this is what gives you that joy, that heartfelt joy of what's going on within. So I invite you to continue to be my client and continuing to work either in a workshop setting or as a personal client. I'd love to continue to be your mentor and companion on your journey of self-discovery and expansion. So please consider how much more powerful you'll be if you continue with your studies now and take things to the next level, Even though you need to go back through the 6 6 weeks again. Once you complete that six weeks, I invite you wholeheartedly to take things to the next level and start learning about the laws of the universal laws, and even more importantly, dealing on some individual stuff. We addressed a lot of things in the Master Keys to Manifesting that deal with creating, but don't get into removing some of your emotional issues, blocks, resistance, and stuff like that. So those are the things we can work on individually in a personal setting, where we can really dig in and remove those triggers once and for all. That's what tapping is all about, and that's how we do it. So think about it. Okay? But for now, let's just tap. Now, this particular sequence is called Sustaining My Success. And the reason I called it that is because it's what you use. Like I said, when you need those moments of encouragement or a little extra boost because you need to do something, or you're going to make a presentation and you want to set the energy, pull out this one, fast forward to the end or to the tapping part, and then just get going. So, this time what we're going to do is going to do just a quick setup statement, which is designed to give you just a little, bringing up that feel-good energy. And that is, even though I sometimes feel a little insecure about my success and what I've learned already, I'm just going to honor those feelings and let them be okay right now. Even though I've been having a lot of great things happening, I'm just going to love and accept myself anyway. And even though I may be feeling a little insecure that maybe they aren't going to last, I really know better than that. And so I'm going to be okay with feeling that way and knowing that things have changed, that I have changed, and that I'm more successful and more delighted in creating and having the life I want. And even though I may be saying, yeah, well, maybe, okay, just know that it's all right, that I'm doing well, okay? So now, starting at the eyebrow point, let's just tap some success statements in, and that is, I am intelligent. I am brilliant. I am unique. I am one of a kind. I am proud and positive. And we're going to go to the collarbone this time because these are quick setting steps. I am honest and I am open. And top of the head, I believe in myself. Eyebrow point, I am calm and confident. Side of the eye, I am sure and I'm certain. Under the eye, I'm limitless and free. Collarbone, I'm so happy being me. Top of the head, I love being me. Eyebrow point, success is my birthright and I accept it now. Side of the eye, I am successful because I'm happy doing what I do. Under the eye, I'm successful because I'm happy to be me. Collarbone, I'm successful because I use my own skills and talents. Top of the head, I am successful because I trust myself completely. Eyebrow point, prosperity and success are my natural states of being. I attract success in everything I do. I easily achieve all of my goals. Every day, in every way, I am more and more successful. Unstoppable success comes easily and effortlessly to me now. I am limitless. I am filled with success each time I complete my goals. I constantly draw successful people to me. I constantly allow successful outcomes into my life. I was born to shine and share my talents. I am unstoppably successful in everything I do. I was born to succeed. I am always in the right place at the right time. And I fully deserve to be successful. I fully deserve to be successful. I'm always in the right place at the right time. I was born to succeed. I am unstoppably successful in everything I do. I was born to shine and share my talents. I constantly allow successful outcomes into my life. I constantly draw successful people to me. I am filled with success every time I complete my goals. I am limitless. I am unstoppable. Success comes easily and effortlessly to me. Every day, in every way, I am more and more successful. I achieve all of my goals with ease and grace and smiles. I attract success in everything I do. Prosperity and success is my natural state of being. I am successful because I trust myself completely. I am successful because I use my own skills and talents. I am successful. I am happy to be me. I am happy to be doing what I do. I'm fulfilling my dream. Success is my birthright and I claim it now. I am intelligent and wise. I am creative and innovative. I am confident and positive. I am honest and open. I am free to follow my dream. I am calm and confident. I am sure and certain. I am limitless and free. I am happy being me. I love being so successful. Now take your two fingers and on your left wrist, I want you to tap into your left wrist. Thank you, universe. Thank you, Mother Earth. On your right wrist with two fingers for all of this or something even better. And so it is. Now inhale 3 times and exhale one after the other. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale. Deep as you can. And exhale. And just let the energy flow through you. Let it flow from the top of your head down through your feet into Mother Earth, into the heart of Mother Earth. Feel it coming back up into your body, circulating around through you. Even feel energy coming down from the universe through the top of your head and flowing through your body, through your feet into the earth. And just let that energy circulate and flow. You know, TV minister Joel Osteen says, and you know, I know some of you are not religious, what have you, it doesn't matter. He was on Oprah's Life Lesson show, and this is where I heard it. He says, and this is so true, I am are two of the most powerful words you could ever say, because whatever words you say after words I am will follow you. That's why in this sequence we use the words I am so many times in positive ways, so that I am intelligent and wise, and I am successful, and I am sure and certain will follow you. I am successful will follow you. So now I thank you so much for allowing me to be your mentor and guide through this journey for these last 6 weeks. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope that you have too. It's been wonderful. It's always so exciting to see you grow and expand as life begins to unfold for you and present you with so many new delightful blessings and experiences. So my little birdies, it's time for you to spread your wings, leave the nest and fly, as I know you will. I send you many blessings, best success, and love to you always. And I will see you in the sky. Have a great one. And remember, do this whenever you need to. Every time you'll get better and better and better. And always, always, always write me and let me know what's happening for you. I want your testimonies. I want to know about your experiences. I want to see my kids grow up. Have a great one. Much love and light to you always. Thank you.